Hey, friends, how are you all doing today on this lovely Wednesday? Um, it's a little bit snowy and stuff here today, but yeah. Um, Today I wanted to talk to you guys about why sleep deprivation can cause postpartum depression and what you can do about it. Um, So I think it's basically like a giveaway that if we don't get enough sleep and we're not taking care of our bodies, that it can cause an array of issues. It can affect our immune system and cause our immune system to not work properly. It can obviously cause anxiety, depression, a whole array of mental issues. Not getting enough sleep can contribute to these things, and if you add in other stressors, of course, that can add to it as well. But not getting enough sleep is honestly a huge thing for depression of any kind. And today I just wanted to zero in and focus on postpartum depression because I have suffered from that myself, and sleep deprivation definitely had something to do with it. So, what you can do about sleep deprivation is you can get more sleep, obviously. So, that means being aware of how tired you are and making sure that you're sleeping when the baby sleeps. And I know that this one is really hard for some moms because most moms are like, I have so much things to do. I cannot sleep when baby sleeps. Totally been there, and I've said those exact words. But when I look back on it, I wish that I would have taken those moments to take care of myself and to sleep. Get somebody else to clean for you. Ask a family member, ask a friend, hire someone. Um, get someone else to do the cleaning and the chores for you so that you can get sleep and you can take care of yourself. So important to take care of yourself, way more important than cleaning. So make sure that you're getting enough sleep. If that means you have to go to bed at 8 o'clock at night because you know you're going to be waking up throughout the night with your child, then so be it. I actually used to do that. I used to go to sleep at like 8 o'clock when Gunnar was a baby because, well, he still is a baby, but when he was like first born, because I knew I was going to be getting up throughout the night. So obviously, in order to get better sleep, you want to go to sleep as early as you possibly can to get at least a good 4 hour stretch of sleep. So another thing that you can do to prevent sleep deprivation, or maybe to stop it because it's already happening, maybe to stop it from happening any further, is to sleep train your child. Does that mean you have to have them cried out? No, it does not. Sleep training can be done with however you're comfortable with. Currently, I'm being certified as a sleep consultant for infants and toddlers, and there is so many methods to sleep training. It is not just one all fits all, one type fits all kind of thing. So some parents are okay with crying it out. I myself am not. I do not believe that crying it out is the way to go. Um, uh, that is a lot quicker. It's a lot faster to get results doing cry it out, but there is a lot of research being done that uh, people aren't really sure if it actually can cause trauma later on for the child. So there is research going on that's saying that it does. So that doesn't need to be done. There's different methods of sleep training, and it's all what you're comfortable with. So if you're okay with a little crying, that's great. There's going to be crying with sleep training regardless. It has to happen. It doesn't mean your baby's going to be crying themselves to sleep, and it doesn't mean they're going to be crying so hard that they're vomiting. That's not okay, and that shouldn't be happening. But there will be some tears, and I had that happen with my son. Um, there was a little bit of crying, but after a couple of weeks, because I did a very gentle method, so it took a little longer. After a couple of weeks, he was sleeping how he should be. Um, so so, sleep training is a great way to not only prevent you from being sleep deprived or stop the sleep deprivation, but also for your child. So important for them to be getting a proper amount of sleep as well, because it can have lasting effects on them later in life, such as heart problems, diabetes, um, those can be contributed to not getting good sleeps. And a lot of parents will say, well, I don't need to sleep train because eventually they'll just grow out of it. And that's just not true. These things can carry on until they're adults. So sleep training is not, it's not a bad thing. And in my opinion, it actually helps the child, and it actually helps me, the parent as well. So another thing that I would do to prevent postpartum depression from sleep deprivation or from anything really is to really research it. Research what the risks are. If you're a risk, if you have risk factors, research not even just postpartum depression, but like when you're pregnant, you can start to become depressed. That's happened to me before. And then after the baby comes, it gets much, much worse. So being aware of the symptoms, of the signs, talking to your doctor about if you have any risks, and if you're concerned about this happening to you, to be very aware of all of the mood disorders that go along with postpartum depression, which there is 6 mood disorders with perinatal mental health. And I recommend researching each and every one of them so that if you do see signs and symptoms happening, you can get the help as soon as you can, and that will prevent it from getting out of control, which is very important. Getting these things when they start happening is so important to getting better. So that's another thing, is to research perinatal. Sorry, that's my alarm. Research perinatal mental health and make sure that you're very educated on the subject. So, and then the last tip that I have for you would be to make sure you have a village around you, so that, you know, if something happens, if you just so happen to become depressed or anxious or have OCD, or hopefully not, but if you eventually got a postpartum psychosis, which is very rare, but it can happen. If any of these things happen, you have that village around you to support you and to help you through these things. Super important, because when you have that support system and you have those people behind you to help you whenever you need to, like 3 in the morning, you've woken up 15 times with your baby and you're just in tears and you just need somebody there. Maybe your spouse works at night. Maybe they went out for a job for 2 weeks. Who knows? Maybe you need help. That village, the people that you have in your village will be there for you, and they're not going to let you down. They will be there whatever day, whatever time, whatever reason. So it's important to have that village, and make sure that when you're pregnant and after you have your baby, that you explain to them the things that you're concerned about and that you may need help with in the future. For example, say that you have a risk factor for having postpartum anxiety. Let them know that. Let them know, I am at risk for this, so I just want to be prepared, and I want you to understand everything that could possibly happen during this time and what I might need you for. So it's important to say those kinds of things to them and include them in those discussions. So yeah, those would be my tips for you today. I think that they're super important to know these things and to be aware of them, to not only prevent postpartum depression, which it can't always be prevented, so to be prepared for it, because when you're prepared, you have a much better chance of getting healthy again. So that's my video for you guys today. Those are my tips. If you like this content and you want more like it, you can join my group in the description above. It's called Educated and Empowered Truth-Seeking Mamas. I help moms on this crazy but amazing journey of motherhood, discussing topics that most avoid, such as vaccines, sleep training, and perinatal mental health. So if that interests you, I'd love to have you in my group. Get the link in the description, and I hope to see you there. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Happy hump day.